right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, businesses burned. Nothing but charred metal left behind. What may have started the fire.
Rain chances ramping up and temperatures heading down. The timeline on the big changes coming for the rest of the week.
And our top story tonight, eviction complete.
This was home and they took it away from us, and that's wrong.
Team coverage as the last homeless tent comes down outside City Hall. And some city residents are saying good riddance. Tonight, that homeless encampment outside of St. Louis City Hall is no more. Good evening. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. A mayor's spokesman says about 3 hours ago, the last tent was removed and dozens of people moved to shelters. We have live team coverage tonight. Brent Solomon talked to those glad to see the encampment go. But let's start with our Robert Townsend, who has reaction from those who called that place home.
Mike, tonight City Hall is finally tent-free. You can see back there all those colorful tents that once took over the grounds here are all gone. The city has now put up dozens of locked metal barricades all around City Hall. This sign says this park is closed for restoration. The clearing out of a controversial makeshift homeless encampment at St. Louis City Hall was an all-day event. Under the watchful eye of police, the city said the singles, couples, and families with pets had to go.
It was heartbreaking. I never thought I would be in this situation.
Gino McCoy says he and his wife were former business owners in Phoenix, but suddenly homeless and living here when they moved to St. Louis with their 3 dogs 3 weeks ago.
I just literally had to put my kids in foster care, you know, because I can't.
2 dogs.
Yeah, because I can't take them with me.
For more than a month, these people had been living in the tents on the lawn of City Hall, some right under the office of Mayor Tashara Jones. But the city decided to break up the encampment at 10:01 p.m. Monday by enforcing a curfew law that effectively closes parks in the city between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. unless a person has a permit.
You don't want to leave this?
I don't.
Seeing their tents broken down brought Gino McCoy to tears.
This is the only place where I could keep all my dogs and keep my wife there. This was home and they took it away from us, and that's wrong.
Many of them are going to other shelters and other locations where hopefully they could get the support that they need.
Nonprofits also showed up to help the nearly 40 homeless people transfer from tents to the city's federally funded Tiny Homes Transitional Village near Jefferson and Delmar. The city says another goal is to help them find jobs.
This is not leadership. This is not what leaders do.
Now, the mayor says, quote, the city took action to save lives and protect people. I talked to our spokesperson earlier tonight, and he tells me the encampment also was cleared out here without any problems whatsoever. Live downtown, Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
Tonight, many people who live and work downtown are praising the city's efforts to clear out that encampment. They say having people camping at City Hall is not helpful for them or for the image of St. Louis. Brent Solomon joins us now with that part of our team coverage. Brent.
Well, people who live and work in this area tell me they just want to see downtown be the best that it can be. I've also been in touch with those who are advocating for the homeless, and they say they never wanted to be here in the first place.
This is where I choose to live, yep.
Tanner Tucker with the Downtown Neighborhood Association has watched as the homeless encampment at City Hall grew for weeks. He's heard people's reaction.
Well, they're right under the mayor's door. You know, it's unsafe, it's unclean.
He understands the concerns, but also understands the need to get help for those who need it.
It's a challenge because these people are humans. They've obviously come on hard times.
Tuesday, the city cleared out the encampment. We were there as the tent started to dwindle, while city crews cleared leftover belongings.
It is a sanitation issue. You know, it's an issue for visitors around town and those that come into our city, bringing people back to the office, bringing conventions to town.
Later this week, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in St. Louis for a Democratic National Committee meeting. The mayor's office says that has nothing to do with their decision to clear the encampment. When we visited City Hall Tuesday, a homeless advocate was surprised by what someone brought over.
Moldy bread.
Someone just gave this to them to eat?
Yeah. This is not okay. Sometimes people think they care, but they don't. They don't pay attention to what they're giving out. And it makes the homeless angry. It makes the unhoused angry, basically.
Because they're probably thinking, would you eat this?
Yeah. And then they go and think that people are trying to kill them because they don't want them here.
He says the unhoused community was only here at City Hall in protest.
They don't want to be here. They don't want to be in shelters. They want to be in their own homes.
It's good it's being cleared so that they can get that help and be put hopefully into services that they'll accept.
Now, the city used more than $1 million in ARPA funds to build some 100 tiny homes for the unhoused. ARPA funds are also helping build some 900 affordable housing units. And right now, the city is seeking your input on what to do with RAM settlement money that's sitting in the bank. And
we are following breaking news right now out of Morgan State University, that is in Baltimore, Maryland. There is an active shooter situation right now near that college campus. Police have confirmed there are multiple victims. We're told this shooting happened at the Thurgood Marshall Apartments. That is part of student housing. We'll continue to update you.
We're also following breaking news tonight out of the University of Illinois. About 90 minutes ago, crews put out a 2-alarm fire at Memorial Stadium. Smoke could be seen pouring out of the 60,000-seat stadium on the campus in Champaign. No word yet on a cause or the extent of the damage. The football team is set to host Nebraska Friday night. Tonight, several businesses in Granite City are destroyed after a fire. Attached apartments were damaged by smoke. Now crews are trying to figure out how it started. The fire broke out overnight on Washington Avenue near 25th Street. 5 on your side's Laura Barczewski talked with some of the impacted tenants.
Dan Gosh is boarding up the space he leased on Washington Avenue after a fire ravaged the entire Granite City building early Tuesday morning.
Probably started around 1:40-ish or something, because about 2:20 I seen the smoke coming through on the camera, so I just called 911 and started flying over here.
He used the space to work on vehicles on his own time.
Yeah, mostly my own stuff. As I said, I got a little hot rod truck thing, and then I got my boat in there.
The fire touched nearly everything. A pet grooming business, upholstery shop, and even the apartments were evacuated until the fire was under control.
There's some tools and stuff that are probably good, hence why we're trying to board up and take some stuff out, but I definitely gave the boat a good number, so.
While Gosh used this garage space for his hobbies, this space here was Classy Clips, the pet grooming salon, someone's livelihood, and it's a total loss.
I mean, it sucks, but, for them, that's their actual work, full time. So I feel a little worse for them than myself.
That someone is Jason Hall's mom. She owns the pet grooming business and has been there for more than 45 years.
It's a part of our family at this point. I lived a part of life in this apartment building next door, so obviously it's devastating right now.
There are rumors the fire could have been intentionally set by a disgruntled former tenant. Officials have not confirmed those suspicions, but the people affected are hurting.
This is their livelihood. They don't have backup plans, and we're trying to figure out how we now move forward.
Reporting in Granite City, Laura Barczewski, 5 on your side.
A firefighter was taken to the hospital for a minor medical issue, and a neighbor says he lost his cat due to the smoke that filled his apartment. No other injuries were reported.
Developing tonight, an arrest has been made after a woman was shot inside of her Webster Groves home. Investigators say the suspect fired 4 shots into the home in the 300 block of Tuxedo Boulevard. This is around 9:30 last night. One of the bullets hit the woman in her arm, and she was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police say they found a gun and several hundred rounds of ammunition on the suspect. Their name is being withheld until the St. Louis County prosecutor files charges. Tonight, Illinois State Police are asking for the public's help to identify a dark-colored SUV they say could be involved in Friday's deadly tanker truck crash in Effingham County. Police say the car was headed west on Highway 40 and spotted passing through the Spring Creek Road intersection around 8:30 Friday, shortly before this crash. They're asking people in Casey, Montrose, and Teutopolis to check the doorbell and surveillance video they may have access to. 5 people were killed in that crash after the tanker truck leaked thousands of gallons of anhydrous ammonia.
New tonight, a legal battle for a local Mexican restaurant chain. Mission Foods, a Texas-based manufacturer of tortillas and chips, is suing Mission Taco Joint for trademark infringement. The lawsuit claims St. Louis-based restaurant has no connection to the 60-year-old brand. Mission Taco Joint opened in 2013 and now has 8 restaurants. 5 are in the St. Louis area. The restaurant also operates a food truck and a stand at Busch Stadium.
It's only a test, but it's raising alarm bells. Tonight, our Verify team is looking into claims about an alert we'll all get on our phones and TVs tomorrow. It's only October, but the holiday price wars have already begun. Tonight, we're breaking down the best buys before Halloween.
The first frost of the season seems probable for a few locations over the weekend, why it isn't expected to be a widespread problem, and how much rain we could see as we transition to a cooler pattern.
A dramatic day on Capitol Hill. For the first time in U.S. history, the Speaker of the House was voted out.
And tonight, Kevin McCarthy says he won't fight to get his job back. He was ousted by 8 members of his own Republican Party, joined by all Democrats. A small faction of Republicans accused McCarthy of breaking promises by working with Democrats to stave off a government shutdown.
Chaos is Speaker McCarthy. Chaos is somebody who we cannot trust with their word.
I don't regret standing up for choosing governance over grievance. I believe I can continue to fight, maybe in a different manner. I will not run for Speaker again.
Don't walk back.
North Carolina Republican Patrick McHenry now takes over as temporary Speaker until a permanent one is chosen. No Republicans from Missouri or Illinois voted against McCarthy. Democrat Cori Bush was not present for the vote.
Tomorrow afternoon, you'll likely receive an alert on your phone and your television programming will be briefly interrupted. The federal government is planning a nationwide test of the emergency alert system. Tonight, our Verify team is looking into claims about the test and how you can opt out. Here's Abby Larico.
We can't play you the sound of an emergency alert here on TV during a non-emergency. That's actually a violation of broadcast law. But if you've ever been alarmed by your phone's warning of severe weather or a missing person, you know the alert we're talking about. And viral videos claim no matter where you are in the U.S., it'll be sounding off on everyone's phone on October 4th at 2:20 in the afternoon.
It is going to happen to every single phone that is powered on.
So will there be an emergency test alert tomorrow? We checked in with several sources here to verify yes, and it's not intended to be a surprise. FEMA and the FCC announced the plan in August to sound the alarms nationwide on October 4th, 2023 at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. FEMA says this test will ensure, quote, the systems continue to be effective means of warning the public about emergencies, particularly those on the national level. That would include national security events like a terror attack, missile threat, or other major public safety issue. The FCC explains the wireless emergency alert system will push out warnings to cell phones over a 30-minute period during that test. They'll look like a text message and identify themselves as a test. To get the alert, phones will need to be turned on, have service, and be compatible with the alert system, which covers most modern cell phones.
You have to be connected to a cell phone network, so just remember to switch your phone to Wi-Fi only or airplane mode if it's a bad time to receive the alert. FEMA says the emergency alert system on TV and radio will also be tested, interrupting regular programming for a minute. With your Verify, I'm Abby Larico.
Those alerts will go out tomorrow at 1:20 St. Louis time. If there is a concern the test will interfere with a potential real emergency, it'll be rescheduled for the same time on October 11th. What can we verify for you? Please send an email. The email address, verify@ksdk.com. COVID vaccine cards, now a thing of the past. The CDC says it's no longer distributing the white cards that served as a record of your doses. They were used to prove your vaccination status at large events and international travel. But the federal government and most countries stopped requiring proof of vaccination.
Black Friday is still 52 days away, but October marks the unofficial start to the holiday shopping season. Tonight, Consumer Reports breaks down the sales all month long to help you save on your holiday shopping journey. Expect holiday sales to start earlier than ever this year as retailers jockey for consumers' attention and dollars this holiday shopping season.
As all the major retailers continue trying to one-up each other, they're starting their holiday promotions earlier than ever. This means October is now when you'll see all those big savings start, and there will be impressive sales all month long.
Target will kick things off with its Circle Week sale October 1st through the 7th. Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days comes October 10th to 11th. Walmart's sale is October 9th through the 12th, and Best Buy will be offering sales throughout the month. Before those sales hit, Consumer Reports found some top products to look out for in this month's Best Time to Buy. Cozy up this fall with a brand new mattress. The NOLA Natural Mattress is now $14.06 at NOLA. This CR recommended mattress aced its test in maintaining its original shape, height, and firmness after 8 years of simulated use. Next, the perfect gift for the music lover, traveler, or anyone just wanting a little peace and quiet. These Bose noise-canceling headphones are as low as $2.99 at Amazon, Best Buy, and Bose. Appetizers for those upcoming parties will be a breeze with an air fryer. This Instant Vortex Plus air fryer is as low as $109.95 at Amazon. And send guests off with a great cup of coffee. This Ninja Specialty Coffee Maker is as low as $139.99 at Best Buy and the Home Depot. And one thing not to buy in the month of October?
You should not buy a TV in October. TVs continue to be at their best price during Black Friday weekend, so hold off if you want to get the best deal on a new set.
And remember, there's plenty of time to shop until the holidays, so no need to panic just yet. Looking for something else this month? Consumer Reports says chainsaws, snow blowers, leaf blowers, thermostats, and ranges are also all on deep discount in October.
Let's get to the chief, Scott Connell, with the Weather First forecast. Really warm today. Low humidity, didn't feel like it, but that summer-like feeling's about to end.
Yeah, we've got one more warm day, and then there's a deep discount on temperatures here heading into the weekend. We're talking 60s for highs this weekend. Those are afternoon temperatures. This afternoon, temperatures were close to 90 for most of us. This was the scene this evening out in Dardenne Prairie. Sharon shared that beautiful picture with us from our 5 on Your Side Weather Watchers Facebook group this evening. 90, the official high in St. Louis, 4 shy of the record. 94 on this date in 2006, one of the hottest days in the month of October. Most likely, though, this is the last 90-degree day of 2023. Say most likely, it's St. Louis. You never say 100% until you're really sure, which would be after October 30th, because that's the last 90-day on record in history here in St. Louis. That was back in 1950. Can you imagine the day before Halloween having a 90-degree temperature in St. Louis? All right, so we have changes on the way. These showers and thunderstorms have been pretty impressive to our north and northwest. They are going to outrun their support right along that line. We have a severe thunderstorm watch. There's still some warnings down here as you go down into parts of Oklahoma and heading on back into Texas, but this will fall apart before it gets to us. Right now, though, it is still 79 degrees in St. Louis, still above 70 in most of the outlying areas. Showers won't arrive until later on Wednesday. Many of us will see some beneficial rain, thinking around a ½ an inch, maybe a little more, and not everybody's going to get in on those higher numbers, though. Sunday, early frost is possible for a few of us. So tonight, we stay in the 60s. The breeze stays up. Clouds continue to roll in. We're dry. Tomorrow, most of the day is dry, but late in the afternoon into the evening, our chance for some scattered showers and maybe some rumbles of thunder, it will begin to increase. More likely during the overnight hours into early on Thursday. First of 2 cold fronts will be making its way into the area early Thursday. Out ahead of that, there should be a pretty good band of showers and some rumbles of thunder, most likely the heaviest rain south and east of St. Louis. That second front is for later Thursday night into early Friday. After that is when the really cool air comes in. So by the time we get to early Saturday morning, most of us are in the 40s for lows, a few spots in the upper 30s southwest of St. Louis. Not concerned about frost really on Saturday morning because there'll be a bit of a breeze. That keeps things stirred up. But on Sunday morning, the winds are lighter, skies clear. Most of our outlying areas, especially west and southwest of St. Louis, down into the upper 30s, some mid 30s in these cooler valley locations southwest of St. Louis. That's where frost would be more likely. Catawissa, Lonedale, heading down towards Sullivan, down towards Steelville, Missouri, Viburnum. You know the drill. You are the coldest spots traditionally you have a better chance of seeing some patchy frost early on Sunday morning. After that, we'll begin another warming trend going into next week, back into the mid-upper 70s by next Wednesday and Thursday, and then another chance for showers towards the end of next week.
All right, Scott, thanks. Frank is here with sports.
Mike, we have Cardinals playing big roles in postseason baseball today. Oh, I meant former Cardinals. Is Luther Burden getting better? And we are going to visit with two former NFL legends with St. Louis ties.
And we hope you'll join us Thursday night for our next Race, Listen, Learn, Live special, Fighting Anti-Semitism, sponsored by the St. Louis Kaplan Feldman Holocaust Museum. It's an hour-long special. It features a Holocaust survivor's story that's very powerful, local efforts to fight anti-Semitism, plus a panel discussion as we search for solutions. It's Thursday at 7 here on 5 on Your Side. You can also stream it on 5+.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
There will be over 62,000 in Columbia for a top 25 matchup with LSU. Included in that group is Ryan Wingo, the 5-star receiver from St. Louis U High. Texas is the other school working Ryan hard. I promise you, a sportscaster in Austin, Texas is not mentioning when Ryan goes to their games. It will be a much bigger deal here than there if he stays in the state. Just saying. Wingo could be the next Luther Burden, and that's a good place to be right now, making mad name, image, and likeness money and leading the country in receiving yards. At this pace, Luther would finish with over 100 catches and 1,500 yards. Coach Drink, how about that maturation process for the sophomore?
You know, in the past, it was just about what he could, what his job was. I think he could tell you all the wide receivers.
It's bad enough the Cardinals had to endure their worst season in 33 years, but now the playoffs have begun, and they have to watch a steady dose of ex-Cardinals in the postseason. Dick Vitale watching his Rays today, but the guy who was awesome, baby, was former Cardinal Jordan Montgomery. He was wheeling and dealing. Montgomery went 7 scoreless innings, struck out 5 on a nifty 6-hitter. He has been insane for the Rangers. Corey Seager had a single that scored 2, as the Rays had some issues in the field, and the Rangers win Game 1, 4-0. Blue Jays and Twins. And remember this guy, Genesis Cabrera, former Cardinal. He pitches for the Blue Jays. He struck out the 2 hitters he faced today. And then Jordan Hicks came on and struck out 2 hitters also. Not enough. Twins end an 18-game postseason losing streak with a 3-1 win. The Hazelwood West grad, Devin Williams, has been awesome all season for the Brewers, but tonight, the Diamondbacks' Christian Walker delivered the big double that scored 2 in the 9th. Arizona steals Game 1, 6-3. Tonight at Olivia's on the Hill, Joe Fresta Jr. held his annual cancer fundraiser. There were about 130,000 on hand. The featured speakers were some NFL kicking legends with St. Louis roots, Pat Leahy and Sean Landeta. Leahy, who won 3 national championships as a soccer player at SLU, then went on to become an all-pro kicker with the Jets. He finished 3rd all-time in points. And then there's Landeta, who punted for the St. Louis Rams. Landeta made the all-decade team for the 1980s and the 1990s and won 2 Super Bowls with the Giants. These guys worked really hard, but they were born with the gift.
Well, you're right, and I try to tell people I was lucky, and they say, what do you mean? I said, well, we all kicked the ball when we were younger, but for whatever reason, when I kicked it, it really went well. Why? I don't know why, it just did. So you're right. I mean, I practiced, but I just was fortunate to have that talent. Very lucky.
I tell people, because I used to take kids out to kick all the time, and they would say, can you teach me the power kick? I say, no, I can't teach you. It's like throwing 100 miles an hour. It's not something you teach, it's something that you can enhance. But that initial part of it, when I was in grade school, I could always, hit it far.
2 great guys. We had a great time tonight.
All right, Frank, thanks.
Halloween is 4 weeks from today. The candy you should stock up on for trick-or-treaters.
The Blues will drop the puck on a new season on Saturday, October 14th, when they host the Seattle Kraken The game starts at 7, but all fans are invited for a pregame rally. It's from 3 until 5:30 at Union Station. There are going to be some games, live music from the Well Hungarians, and of course, Louie and the Blue Crew will also be there.
Tonight, CandyStore.com is out with its most popular Halloween candy by state list. So this year, the annual survey found Missourians prefer Almond Joy. That's kind of a new one. Followed by Milky Way and then Hot Tamales. In Illinois, it is Sour Patch Kids, Kit Kats, and Starburst. Nationwide, the top picks, just so you know when you go out and buy, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, M&M's, and Hot Tamales. Who knew? I love Hot Tamales. I didn't think anybody else did.
I thought your favorite was the $100,000 candy bar.
100 grand?
Yeah.
I do like that one. Hard to find those.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Guest tonight, Taraji P. Henson and former Spice Girl Jerry Halliwell Horner.